in the key of E, how would this chord function? And then together you get this. Okay, so let's figure this one out. From low to high, the notes written are E, B, we have a D natural, we have a G sharp because of the key signature, we have another B, and then finally on top we have another E. So to figure out the chord, what we want to do is just arrange the notes into stacked descending thirds, and we have some doublings here. When you're building the chord and figuring out what it is, you don't have to worry about the doublings. So we can get rid of the E here and the B in terms of just the doublings. We just want to have the different letter names. So what we have here is from low to high, E, B, D natural, and then G sharp. Okay. We want to stack these notes into ascending thirds, and we can choose any note as the root, but what we want to do is we want to choose a note that gives us all of the notes into ascending thirds, if possible. The best choice here is going to be to label E as the root, because a third above E is going to be the G, and we have G sharp. A third above the G sharp is the B, and a third above the B is the D natural. Okay? So it's some kind of E chord. Now, what kind is it? You need to look at the intervals between the notes. E up to G sharp is 4 half steps, that is a major third, and then G sharp up to B is 3 half steps, that is a minor third. Major third plus minor third, that is a recipe for a major chord. So this is an E major chord, and then we have a D on top, which is a seventh above the E, so it's an E7 chord. Now, what's important here is the D is a minor seventh above the root of the chord, or it's a minor third above the fifth. Either way you think about it is fine. What that means is that this chord here is an E7 or E dominant 7 chord. Okay? Now, dominant 7 chords function as 5 chords in major keys. So what happens here? Minor keys as well. What happens here now is a dominant chord, a 5 chord in the key of E, would it be a B7 chord? But we don't have a B7 chord here. We have an E7 chord here. So what this ends up being is a secondary function chord. This is 5 of what? It's 5 of the note A. The note A is the 4th scale degree in the key of E. So what this is 5 of 4. Okay? What would happen in a piece of music if we were in the key of E and you got this E7 chord happening, the next chord very likely would be an A chord or a 4 chord. All right, I know that's a lot there. Feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I will plan to see you in the next video. Take care.